All right, what's our next topic? We keep looking over here because Veronica says that people might be typing in there. So you can type them in there too if you want, but Mary's going to read them off until there's some typed in. How's that? Okay? Go ahead, Mary. Thank you.
Be very careful about how you use the word but.
Yes. Now, the word but's so fun because it means your bottom as well as it means, you know, the other thing it means. And so it's just a funny word anyway because it means so completely different things. But the word but, the trouble with the word but is this. Most times the way people use it is that they say their truth and then they say but, and then they try to soften their truth that they just said. So, an easy example. I can't come to your party. Now that's a full sentence. It's overdone. You can put a period there. I can't come to your party, but maybe next time I can make it, or, you know, it'll work out somehow later, and I really still am your friend, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Now we're using a really ridiculous example to exacerbate the point that typically what comes before the but is a full sentence that you're having a hard time standing in your truth around. And you soften it, change it, color it in some way with what you put after the but. So just see if when you are tempted to add but into a sentence, if really you're done with what you say, if you just are standing in your own truth. Now, Veronica will have trouble even writing but in an email these days. It became that sensitive for her because she could feel herself saying what was true and then wanting to somehow make it a little less blunt or a little less bold. So, but is a tricky one. It's a real tricky one. Finding your way to ask yourself, am I actually done with my statement, and sticking with it? Sometimes, you know, you have other things going on, like I was going to load the car right now, but I realized it's too early. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I was going to load the car, but I realized it was too early. That's just factual. We like facts. If you said something like, why haven't you loaded the car? Well, no, that's not going to work. I wanted him to load the car now, but, you know, I guess it's sort of early, so maybe we don't need to. Which one is it? Is it that it's time to load the car or not, right? Yeah, so Dorothy put in the chat, this is one I used to use a lot. It was making excuses for myself or softening my feelings for someone else. And there's nothing wrong with softening the way you say something. Just be careful not to use but to do it. Because really you go, this is how I feel, but I don't really want you to react to that in some way that I can't control. How about just saying, I'm tempted to worry about how you're going to hear this, or I'm nervous about how this might come across. And because of that, I'm not sure how to say it. Like, tell the truth. Tell the truth about the experience you're having. Start with the truth rather than with the wanting to fix it later with using but. Cool. Anybody else want to say something about that?
The offending but usually is accompanied by a because.
Yeah, like I say but because I don't want you to stop liking me, or I say but because I don't want you to fire me, or I say but because, right? Yeah. But and because and I statements, those are, if you're just looking at straight up language changing, you know, this doesn't have to be involved in any sort of religious beliefs. You don't have to think about past lives. You don't have to think about anything woo-woo or fancy or any of that. You can just say, how about I just tell my truth? And here's a way to change my language so that I'm actually telling my truth. That's really what we're doing there, is just helping you have easy ways to change your languaging so that you're speaking your truth. And letting people actually get to know the real you rather than the you that's hoping to control their behavior somehow by manipulating the language and dancing in this way. Yeah.